Salutations, listener. It is I, Eric J. Chuckie, joined as always by The Boy. This is the Two Nerds Podcast, and today we're talking to you about, insert scream here, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Good. Thanks for not doing the scream.
Yeah, you're welcome. This is a low-energy podcast. It's later than usual. The fan is gently blowing my really long mohawk into the breeze. I've got a bottle of Cavassier.
Got my bottle of Cavassier. And we're here to talk about what makes you happy. No, we're here to talk about what makes you happy. Specifically, fighting game, Mortal Kombat style, NetherRealm Studios fighting game.
Fighting game does make me fucking happy. And I was right, y'all motherfuckers. I was right. When the new round of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat started coming out, I was like, this is it. We are re-entering the fighting game renaissance. A new era is upon us. Man, we're getting a Samurai Showdown fighting game. We have got a cheesy Power Rangers fighting game. The world is my fighting game oyster. If only we would get back to gritty weird shit like fucking Biofreaks.
Fucking Biofreaks, man. You never expect the Biofreaks pull.
On this channel, you do.
So, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to have less to say than him about this style of fighting game. It's not my super ultra mega preferred style of fighting game. That doesn't mean I don't like it. It just means it's not the thing I'm going to take the lead on. But I do have some things I particularly enjoyed about Mortal Kombat 11 insofar as I've played it so far. I'm going to talk about those as well, but we should probably start with the man of the hour, the wisdom and the power, White Raven here, because he has been enjoying himself some Mortal Kombat.
Wait, I want to stop and go back. So, now you have the courage and I just have the other two pieces of the Triforce? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I'll take them. The most recent Soul Calibur, was it 6?
Yeah, I believe so. We didn't play much of that.
It's still releasing DLC and stuff. I fucked around with it a little while earlier. Soul Calibur 6 was when I realized that my loyalties officially have changed. For a long time, Soul Calibur was my favorite fighting game franchise, and I still love it. Don't get me wrong.
You're a NetherRealm Studios boy now.
I am. Injustice 2 did it to me, and
you being the engine that makes us play fighting games, it makes sense that we've played less of that one.
It came out at a rough time. I think there were a lot of other video games, a lot of other shit. Both of us.
Dude, 2019 has been the year of there are a lot of other video games.
Yeah, even for us who aren't games journalists, who don't get paid to speed run through video games.
Yeah, here's a hint. We don't get paid for this, you guys. We are talking to you because we like you.
Yeah, if you want to pay us for this, I have a Patreon link in the description. I don't ask for much, and you don't give it. So the contract is fulfilled. Except for you, Rob. You rock. Ironically, 2 people named Rob. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the speed. Maybe it's the specific kind of rhythm to the combos. But I really like the way NetherRealm has done their last couple of games. I can't say which one I like better. Fangasm stuff has Injustice 2 seeing a large lead because they put in the Ninja Turtles. And also, a bunch of my favorite DC guys. Swamp Thing, Black Manta, Atrocitus.
The Atom was in it.
Dexstar.
The fucking Atom was in it.
I don't give a shit about the Atom, but...
I mean, what a weird pull for a fighting game.
Yeah, but he was cool. He had cool moves and stuff.
Riding that Ant-Man money.
It was smart. And you can see a little bit of the stuff they learned and experimented with in Injustice 2 within Mortal Kombat 11, but not quite as much as from Mortal Kombat 10 to Injustice 2. A lot of combo strings and stuff were borrowed pretty heavily from that game to the next, and that didn't happen from Injustice 2 to Mortal Kombat 11 that I've been able to see. No,
I played a fair amount of Injustice 2. I haven't played nearly as much Mortal Kombat 11, but I can already tell that it's not a reskin. That is very different game.
Yeah.
It's working off the same skeleton, But the muscles are all different, and therefore it is a different creature.
But I like it. Hey, if you're an Injustice fan, if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, you know what to expect.
They do deliver in glorious style the various murderous, over-the-top bullshit that is the fatalities and brutalities and comeback maneuvers.
Brutalities are a really welcome addition. It feels League of Legends good to finish someone with a brutality you didn't mean to finish them with. And equally as bad to be finished by a brutality you weren't expecting when you were so sure you could make a comeback.
And then just your head pops off and...
You're like, oh, it's over. Fuck. I do have to say I like the new comeback style version of the... Jesus, it flashes on the screen all the time. I can't remember what it's called. Fatal Blow or something like that?
Yeah, Fatal Blow.
Instead of what they had before where it was like your ultimate that you powered up for, it fills your meter and you could use it, which meant I would see the same set of X-ray moves like 5 times during a match.
Yeah, now it's once a match for both sides, not once a round, once a match, and it's replaced the wager from Injustice 2, which honestly I think it's a healthier mechanic because the wager could give you a lot of health back, but also it separates it from the because they kept the ability to sort of pump up some of your moves. You have the ability to
and they had
boost,
that in Mortal Kombat 10 as well.
Yeah, boost some of your moves. But they've separated the comeback mechanic from that. So you don't have to play super conservatively to be able to come back from behind.
You've also got an offensive meter and a defensive meter that are used separately to
boost defensive or offensive moves.
Yeah, and I appreciate that too. They've got a lot of under the hood tech stuff like again, I forget the name they use for it because I don't fucking use it, but it's basically a guard impact, except it doesn't like knock them back. It just allows you to counterattack so long as you hit the button really fast.
The cats have started playing rough.
The cats are engaging in Mortal Kombat. Watch me play Kotal Khan, and they're like, let's do this shit.
Something I want to mention specifically is that a thing that I have noticed by its conspicuous lack of impact on me. Meaning it's either not there or I have immediately become spoiled. I didn't notice the eerily good facial animation that Injustice had in Mortal Kombat.
Well, it's the same algorithm as far as I'm aware. And it is an algorithm because I saw someone upload something to Reddit where the voice lines got skewed during an intro. And it was Frost versus Sub-Zero. It lands on Frost. Frost does nothing. Sub-Zero says, her line plays. Sub-Zero says something through her face. And her lips move with his words.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful algorithmics there, man.
I remember you said Jackie Briggs' face kind of freaked you out when she was in pain and stuff.
Yeah. That was one thing I did specifically note was that Jackie Briggs' pained expression is creepy real. It was not friendly to experience. But in general, I had a lot more, every time someone in Injustice talked, I would go, Jesus, how are they, what? So either it's not the same, or as I hypothesized before, and I thought might be more accurate and more likely, I have been immediately spoiled by Injustice, and now my brain just goes, yeah, that's what's to be expected. So if it's less than that, I go, yeah.
It's a little bit that, and it's a little bit the fact that a lot of people have their faces covered.
Yeah, it's a lot of masks going on. And a lot of people with weird inhuman faces, which makes it less impactful. Because let's just do a quick count here. Of the main roster, Jade, Aaron Black, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Frost, Baraka, Shao Kahn, let's see here, Scarlet, Noob Saibot, Katana, all come default with the lower part of their face covered, at minimum.
In some way. Or big monster teeth.
Or in Shao Kahn's case, a really covering mask over the top of the face.
Yeah.
Or big monster teeth that kind of, Yeah, I'm sure he looks really eerily realistic for someone with big monster teeth, but those don't exist in real life, so it's less creepy.
Suppressing a bunch of jokes. And there they go. Speaking of the masks and the big monster teeth, I really, really like the customization options. The way they did it. Obviously, I like the customization from Injustice 2. I put a lot of time into
this better.
Yeah, I do too. Because A, it's not tied to stats so much. There's like augments you can do that like give you better stats in certain situations and stuff, but the visuals aren't inherently tied to stats.
B or 2, I forget if you went 1 or A.
Beta.
Yeah. Zorp. I like it. I just sort of generally like the choices they made for the cosmetic changes better than Injustice. Because Injustice had a lot more, like, piecemeal stuff. Like, you could change arms and legs and blah, 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 blah. But it just, like, it all felt a little samey. I guess maybe at, like, the really high levels it didn't, but goddamn, I got stuff to do.
I didn't at the time, and I let my AI do shit a lot for me, which I will probably be doing a lot tomorrow in Mortal Kombat 11. They made the AI usage a little easier and sort of acknowledge that that's kind of what people want to do to beat towers sometimes. Gain some money. Look through boxes in that crypt. Find me some good shit. But,
that's the other thing I wanted to mention is the crypt is all right. So the chests in the crypt are absolutely blind boxes, but they're not purchasable with real money. I don't think.
Right. The only thing that's purchasable with real money are time orbs, which you get for leveling up and completing certain things, be they towers or what have you. And there's a shop that rotates every now and then that'll have specific skins or pieces that you can buy through there. And honestly, the prices are pretty reasonable.
That you can get other ways.
Yeah, you can get all of them other ways.
You can't use any of the real money currency in the crypt. And so the fact that it's kind of random is way better. Also, the crypt is just a way, way better implementation of the kind of sort of random unlock as you play stuff than the different tiers of fucking Abramumpine or whatever fucking silver tier, gold tier bullshit boxes they had in Injustice 2, which I opened maybe 6 of, and immediately my brain went, this is bullshit, and I never did it again.
I had fun with them, but there is something to be said for the various different ways they allow you to get loot. There's a lot of stuff that's exclusive to the crypt. There's a lot of stuff that's exclusive to AI battles. There's stuff you can only get in story mode. There's stuff you can only get in towers.
Which is way cool because it encourages you to play the whole game you bought.
Yeah.
The crypt is also just sort of fun to explore.
Yeah.
It's fun to walk around. It's fun to look and see what's in the crypt. It's fun to sort of do the little puzzles because there's little puzzles occasionally, and I like that.
Yeah. It's really well done. The crypt is cool, and there's lots of shout-outs to, like, past Mortal Kombat stuff, and fucking... Alright, y'all on this channel, okay? I did a request list, a wish list of what's in Mortal Kombat 11. We don't have the DLC out yet. There was a leaked list, but certain people have said that's not going to happen, like Bruce Campbell, so we'll see what happens with that leaked list. But suffice it to say right now, most of what I asked for didn't show up. We did get Noob Saibot. There is a big part of the storyline that has to deal with the Cyber Lin Kuei. But most importantly, in the background of the crypt, fighting Blaze as he should be, is Hornbuckle. And I'm going to call that a win for me.
You're allowed to have that win, sir. You're allowed to have that win. Hornbuckle v. Blaze. Just there, immortalized, fighting in the back as I walk around turning green orbs into gear.
Now, yes, when it was released, there were a lot of issues with difficulty in the towers. A lot of people were also complaining about currency gain, and I think that was short-sighted because basically anybody dedicated enough has cleaned out the crypt by this point. And that's with the first week or so being really low currency gain.
I mean, I haven't, but I don't think anyone would confuse me for someone dedicated to playing Mortal Kombat. But I've unlocked a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I have sort of half-assedly played the game a couple times, and I have been able to unlock a lot of stuff. Now, part of that is because they gave me a bunch of free currency because all of you bitched. Thanks, by the way. But even if I hadn't gotten that free currency, I still would have been able to unlock a fair amount of stuff.
And I understand it both ways. You know, I buy the deluxe edition of the WWE game every year just to unlock everything and not have to truck with that shit.
That's different because a big part of what you unlock there is creator wrestler parts.
Right.
And, like, you need those.
Well, and
to play the game as you want to play it.
And it's similar in a sense because a lot of people want to train for local tournaments or train for Evo, so they want to have the parts, they want to have their character looking cool, you know. I get it. And I'm perhaps as much as it's like a questionable idea in terms of cash grabbiness, if people want to pay $10 to unlock all the shit, then yeah, let them pay $10 to unlock all the shit.
You know what? I like the crypt. I like walking around, opening boxes, and seeing all the cool stuff, and finding Scorpion's fucking chain, and using it to pull bodies and rip their hearts out. It's cool. It's just fun.
Yeah.
I throw on a podcast, I walk around the crypt, I open boxes. It's great. It's a good
I watch
time.
old episodes of WCW.
But if I got bored of it, the option would be like, okay, I want the rest of the stuff now. Here's $15. Just give me the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that option, but I like that it's an option. I like that the thing is very clearly not designed to gacha me, to make me want to spend the money.
A lot of impatient people would rather spend the money.
And if that's due to their inherent impatience, that's different than it's due to the game design being a fucking Skinner box designed to make you want to put in money to get pellets.
Right. They don't have that option, unfortunately, for those of you who are impatient about it or really excited for tournaments and that sort of thing. But like I said, if you've got an amount of dedication, you've unlocked a lot of stuff already. And we've unlocked a lot of stuff already, and neither of us are all that dedicated. There's a lot of games to play.
This is the year of every video game.
Even we just happen to be acquiring the ones that were out previously. I've been making headway in my Steam wish list, and all of you out there in internet land who know Steam know that that's an accomplishment. But let's focus a little bit more on Mortal Kombat, and I'm going to take the wheel here for just a second, because you haven't played the story mode.
Not at all. No, I haven't touched it.
It's pretty good. A lot of people bitch about Ronda Rousey's acting.
As well they likely should.
I mean, that's fair. She's definitely the weakest person on the cast. Although, I'll be honest with you, as much as I like him as an actor, I don't like... oh, God, I've forgotten his name. Green Lantern.
Sorry, Ryan Reynolds is all I've got. Hal Jordan?
No, the good Green Lantern. John Stewart.
Okay. That voice actor.
Yeah.
Keith David?
No,
it's not Keith David. No. Damn it. It's the fucking Allstate guy whose name I can never remember.
I don't think it's that guy either. It's, whatever.
I'm going to look it up.
Look it up. He was the one in Injustice 2. I don't like him for Kotal Khan. The actor they had last time, I much preferred for Kotal Khan. And I wasn't a huge fan of the character last time. I've been getting kind of into him this time, but he's still not my super bag. But, yeah, definitely Ronda Rousey's the weakest, but it's not that bad. She's working at a regular video game voice acting level, whereas the rest of the cast is working at a professional video game voice acting level.
Oh shit! No, it's Phil LaMarr.
Phil LaMarr, thank you. I could see his face in my head, and I just couldn't.
I literally couldn't. Yeah, no, Phil LaMarr.
He's a talented guy. I love him as Jon Stewart. Don't get me wrong.
Yes, he's great as Jon Stewart.
Weird choice for Kotal Khan.
He's the Green Lantern I grew up with, man.
I didn't grow up with a Green Lantern. I adopted him, so make of that what you will. But I like the story.
A needy Phil LaMarr a good home.
I like the story so far. I've completed 4 chapters of it because I wanted to try out Frost, and it's fun. It's fun to see the whole, past and future thing collide. I like seeing where it's going. I really feel like I should have played the Mortal Kombat 10 storyline.
You feel like you're missing stuff?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, what happened? When did this? Who was this guy? I mean, I played the game, obviously, but I spent most of the time playing Leatherface, so... and Devora, of course. But, yeah, I mean, that's another thing I like about the NetherRealm games, is they offer the best story mode in fighting games right now. Hands down. Street Fighters was dumb and wacky, and I know that's what Street Fighter is, but this is cinematic. It's interesting. Characters have good development. They weave the fights in and out really organically. It's cool. They give you choices to make. And they did the same thing in Injustice 2, and I assume Mortal Kombat 10. I know they did it in Injustice 1 as well. It was kind of a framework, if you will. I don't remember MK9 having... Oh, no, it did have a story. Yeah, it was pretty good, too. So, pretty much since MK9, they've been doing this really hot cinematic story mode, and it kind of gives you a tour of each of the characters, and it's... like the incredibly in-depth, well-done tutorials that they started in Injustice 2 and improved upon here. That story mode is kind of a way to learn all those characters. A little bit. Just a little preview with them.
It gives you some time to sort of work it out. Side note, I haven't heard Sub-Zero talk enough to have recognized Steve Bloom.
Oh, yeah. It's not as noticeable.
He's not Maximum Bloom.
He is in story mode. He shows up and it's just Steve blooming it up. It's Wolverine is here.
I looked this up to make sure it was Phil LaMarr and not just a weird sound-alike. Like fucking Troy Baker doing his best Matt Mercer impression for Aaron Black.
Yeah.
Just fucking McCree is here.
Once I found out it wasn't him, I started to be able to hear the differences, but I wouldn't have if I hadn't looked it up.
I also wanted to look this up because JB Blank, special shout out. Amazing work as Kano, friend. Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Top fucking notch work. Kano is quickly becoming my main in this Mortal Kombat game because I love fighting games like the NetherRealm style fighters. Pretty much since the first Injustice, I think, is when this started for me. They usually have at least one roster member who is a grabs guy, who is like the guy who has a fuckload of command grabs somewhere in his moveset.
Most fighting games have that nowadays.
Yeah, they have the one guy is like Solomon Grundy or Lobo or
Astaroth
Zangief. I never get them. I'm always fucking awful with them. I can't play Zangief to save my life. I get Kano. And it's really nice.
And he's fun, and he's dynamic, and there's so much personality even outside of the story mode that they give these characters, and they've done so much better with the interaction lines. They're unique now for the most part. They make sense, and they're not just kind of like, oh, that's cool, I get what you did there, and it kind of sounded like something two people might say to each other.
There is something I wanted to bring up about the voice lines, and that's, they're good conversation pieces that these characters might have, but boy, do they not sound like these two characters are about to get into a fight.
A lot of times, no. It's just like doofy stuff or, we need to work on some things later. Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
First, we like the Collector and Shao Kahn. One of their back and forths is, the Collector asking Shao Kahn what he wants to do next as a part of his evil plan. And Shao Kahn going, next we will do the things. And Collector going, yes, of course, my liege. And then Collector rips his fucking spine out. It doesn't make any sense.
Especially with the time travel plot, you think they would have gone Injustice with it like, Collector, I can't believe you would betray me. But that's what you get, Shao Kahn. I'm a different evil Collector from another dimension, except evil against you, so good probably, or something. Buy my stuff! No capitalism! And they fight.
He would be an excellent way to fight capitalism. Giant hammer. We're making some connections here, you guys. No, but I've rationalized it in my own head as the Mortal Kombat universe at this point, death means so little that what a little spine ripping between friends just isn't a big deal to these people anymore. But
I think it's just really a thing for you to enjoy before the fight in those moves. Because in story mode, you don't get to do fatalities at the end of fights where the character's coming back.
That's cool. Yeah. That's cool. And I get it. It's just versus mode. It's not supposed to be, but Cassie Cage and Johnny Cage having fun father-daughter banter, and then Cassie Cage shoots out his heart and makes a little heart with her own hands.
I was playing earlier, and I fatality'd Cassie with Johnny, and I used her as a puppet, and I was like, I feel a little bad.
Fucking dark.
Yeah. Johnny's just sitting there smiling and getting tomatoes thrown at him, and I'm like, huh, okay.
Jackie Briggs is fighting her dad, and then her dad starts ramming red-hot fucking steel fists into her face at jackhammer speed, and, like, what's his fatality? He clotheslines them in half?
Yeah.
Like, it's really cool, but the pre-fight banter does not reflect that these two people are about to get into a fight at all. So I kind of have to rationalize it in my own head. Sure. It's good pre-fight banter, but it doesn't always fit the situation that pre-fight banter should be taking place in. Which makes sense. They did that in Injustice a lot, where, like, the pre-fight banter between people on the same side would be like, alright, time for a friendly spar. Or, like, when Blue Beetle fought Batman, he would be like, you know, Batman would be, alright, let's test to see how far you've come along in your training. That sort of thing. Because in Injustice, none of the fights are going to end with Batman pulling Jaime Reyes' head off and shitting into it. Okay?
I haven't found the shitting fatality, for the record.
Give it time.
Kano is in this game. But yeah, I mean, and that's basically why...
He does piss a lot.
He does. Like,
he really should go to the doctor.
I think that's a fun intro, but the second I unlock another one, I'm going to see if I can turn that one off.
Like,
just enough with the PP.
Have you ever done one of his brutalities?
Yes. Now that's pretty cool. Like, I feel like that's kind of... But then if he's also got the pissing intro, this guy's just really got to go.
How hydrated are you right now?
You see this red thing? That's Gatorade. Pure red Gatorade.
Because from the color, it does not look like you're very hydrated, my dude.
It's all the salt in the Gatorade. Plus, I'm eating lizards and shit all match. You know how it is.
God, Kano's great.
There are a lot of good fighters, a lot of unique styles. I'm having a hard time finding a main, personally.
I do have a main, as I said. I also have an anti-main. I fucking hate Poison Ivy. I don't care what her... I don't.
Cetrion, for the listener's sake.
Whatever, I don't care. She's awful. I hate everything about her moves. Everything is locked behind... Like, no. Jackie Briggs, good. Kano, good. Fucking Cassie Cage, good. Cassie Cage, great. Special power gun, excellent. Aaron Black, perfect. Poison Ivy, I hate her so much I will never remember her actual name. She's down at the bottom by herself where I will never go.
I'm looking forward to Shang Tsung.
I am too. He's a sassy motherfucker.
And he's played by the dude in the movie, and I'm very happy about that.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of movie references in the crypt.
Yeah.
Like, in the crypt, there is actually the banquet hall from Mortal Kombat, the movie. And I recognized it because I hadn't been down there in the crypt, and he was walking around the crypt, and he walked into that room from like a Dutch angle on the second floor, and he turned the camera to look at it in a second and went, "Wait a minute, is that the thing from the movie?" It's recreated so well that I recognized it in like 0.5 seconds. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really good Mortal Kombat game. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Haven't found my footing yet with it, but, you know, sometimes you gotta wait for those DLC characters to really find somebody to shine with. The towers are interesting. It's the same wacky bullshit you could expect from Injustice. It's been fun watching the Mortal Kombat portion of the internet who never played Injustice 2 react to a lot of the stuff that people who did play Injustice 2 were like, what the fuck is this? Like blackout challenges and when the screen goes upside down or tilts.
How to put this? I've played one tower. I played all the way to the end. Kronika handed me my fucking balls on a plate.
She's tough.
So I went home and did something else. I don't know that I'm going to play a Wealth of the Towers. I'm much better at fighting actual people than NPCs, than like AI fighters. I'm just better at... I don't know why. I'm better at figuring out what a human player is going to be doing next.
There's a lot of psychology in fighting a human player that, while they do program a certain amount of that into your opponent, it's not the same thing.
So, like, Kronika, even if I had her on the absolute ropes, if I don't have to mess up. It just, when she decides, she teleports 6 times, my entire life bar goes away, and then she fucking be kind rewinds my ass for the next 5 minutes.
I'm a little disappointed they went with her as non-playable. I wouldn't have minded if they did, like, the Brainiac thing, where you just don't have her really good moves, but at the end of the day, I'm not that. upset about.
Maybe it's a DLC.
You know, I am actually more upset about Cyrax and Sector. I'm not a huge fan of them, but they're in the game with moves. Not even like unfair moves. Their whole move list is in the game. They're in the story mode, and you can't play them.
Yep. DLC.
I can hope. There's like an unlock. Here, have Cyrax and Sector. Have ketchup and mustard and go about your business. It would be cool to have them too, because like I think it was MK9. They had all their human versions, so those would be cool alternate outfits, and you do cool stuff with cybernetic shit. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird omission that I hope they rectify in the future, because I know a lot of MK fans would really love to see those guys, and they're already there.
Ketchup and mustard for life.
Ketchup with a K.
Mustard also with a K. Somehow. Ed Boon demands it.
Ed Boon demands many things.
Everything's better when nerds talk about it.